Make sense? All right, so that's that one.
Do we make
Now,
coordinates or not?
no, because we're just looking for the maximum value. Now, if I said find the absolute maximum, that is a coordinate. That would be the two joined together. Okay? So the one time you don't put a coordinate is when I say max value, minimum value. Okay? All right, so for this one, does f have a relative maximum on 0 to 2? Okay, let's see what happens from 0 to 2. Wouldn't that surround the 1? So if I blocked it off from 0 to 2, you would see a what right there? A little value going on here, okay? So you get that, and that. Okay. All right. Question, would there be a relative maximum?
Yes.
There is a maximum value, or sorry, there's a maximum point. There's a maximum value between whichever one's higher between these two.
But we don't know.
But is there a relative? A relative. A relative must be an actual up-down peak. Okay? It's got to be a peak. An absolute is just the absolute highest, but a relative is a peak. There's no peak there at all. So I would say none for that. Okay? But the next one, does it have an absolute maximum? According to that theorem that I'm not going to tell you about until next year, there must be an absolute in any closed interval. Okay? So, that's a yes. Question is, what is it? It's competition. How do we find out which endpoint's higher?
Okay.
We could plug it in. We do a little competition.
Well, one.
What is the y coordinate at 0? Or what's an expression right now since we don't know it yet? What is an expression that represents the y coordinate at 0?
Yeah.
Okay, plugging the 0 back into the what? Original function.
Equals 0.
So we would call that what of 0?
F of 0.
F of 0, yeah. So we're going to do a competition. F of 0 versus what? F of 2.
F of 2 means.
Okay, we're going to have a showdown, have them face on. Some of you already noticed that if you plug 0 into the original equation, isn't it just 0?
Yeah.
Because they're all x's, okay? Right at the window. All right, that's 0. That's easy to beat. Unless f of 2 is negative. That can happen. Actually, does happen. All right, f of 2, plug that back in the original. I'll save you some time. Turns out to be 10. Oop. That is the winner, not by much. And this is not drawn to scale. This is just a crude graph right here. But in actuality, f of 2 is higher, so that's the winner.
But wait.
Okay? So, an endpoint can be an absolute maximum, but it cannot be a relative maximum unless it's an actual peak. That's the moral of the story on the front page. Right there. Okay?
Didn't you say that this one had to be in?
Oh, yes, it's an absolute maximum. That's the maximum value.
So 210.
So 2 10.
You guys have a whole back.
Okay? That's okay, the back's easy.
I should get a
All right, yes, very good call. Moral of the story. Relative maximum
Story.
equals a peak, but an absolute maximum is a peak or an
Endpoint.
endpoint, whatever one's the highest. So remember that's the only difference you'll have to know between relative and absolute on this test, or actually all three documents. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
All right, now, back page, easy stuff. There's just one little trick to it, and if you get the trick, you'll be fine. Find the minimum value of the derivative of this function right here. All right, so step 1, let's take the derivative, shall we? So we're asking a question about it. Okay, g prime of x equals, let's see, what is that, 9x squared minus
36.
36x plus
12.
12. That's a derivative. It says, how do we find the minimum of that derivative? Oh, wait a minute.
Graph it.
We're finding the minimum of the derivative.
Greatest.
How do we get the minimum of anything?
I don't know.
Don't we have to find where the derivative has a level tangent line in the values? Wait a minute. To find increasing, decreasing, maximum, minimum, all four of those words, you have to take a derivative, correct?
You just write that.
If you want to find the minimum of the derivative, though,
Just
you have to go beyond to a second derivative.
Oh.
Okay? It's you're minimizing a derivative. You're trying to find where is the value of the derivative. That's one more. Okay? So, answer, take another derivative. That's the only trick in this problem right
I
here.
found out the solution for
It's not, yeah, of course, yeah. It's not the minimum of g, it's the minimum of g prime, which is another derivative beyond. Okay? So, let's go one more step, and it turns out to be 18x minus 36. Set that equal to 0. Now we're talking. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't even factor right there. All right? And oh, let me tell you what. On the test, okay? Most of you will do this right here. There's always one person per class, though. One person per class. They get right here. They set it equal to 0. It doesn't work. You have to return the test. Mr. Wade made a mistake. Okay, Mike? Sure. Okay, lots of luck. Okay, good luck. I mean, good luck, everybody. All right, so that is not factorable. This is, if you get here, you're confused. If you get here, you're like, I got you, Mr. Wade. I feel you. Okay, it's like, he hand credited this just for me. All right, thank you. X equals 2, got it. Okay, then on a number line, oh, by the way, is there a D&E case?
No.
Nope.
Wait,
Okay.
so is this, you only have one derivative mark on our paper?
Right. Oh, that's supposed to be double prime, yes. Actually, I changed that, I reprinted it, but I didn't calculate that, so. Yeah, that's a double derivative test, but it's still like a first derivative test. Okay? Now, what's the only mark on the number line?
2.
The only mark is 2, which is the critical number. Okay? No for DME, yes for critical. And then when you pick your points, you can pick, zero's a nice one here, negative 1,000, whatever you want, and,
100.
well, you know, let's make it finite, please. Okay? Whatever you want. And guess what? 0 minus 36, negative. 100 times 18 minus 36?
Positive.
Definitely positive. Wow, I'm so surprised.
Transfer.
It was minus plus because the double derivative describes the slope of the first derivative. Okay? Isn't that a parabola? Don't parabolas go down? So the minimum is at x equals 2. Step 8, what is the minimum value of the derivative? Where do you put the 2 back in?
The second derivative.
It's a value of the derivative, so put it into the derivative to find the value.
What's it equal?
And I'll go ahead and tell you, it gives you negative 24, and you're done.
Yeah.
So if you take 2 derivatives, you'll get it right. If you take 1, you won't. Okay? Catchphrase. All right, where's that hard sample test?
Chicken nugget day.
There you go.